Let's fish out the latest news from the New Haven Independent Assignment Desk, otherwise known as my compost heap. Well, we're going to be asking the federal government to open its checkbook to help us clean up from that crazy freak storm at Lighthouse Point the other week that destroyed the carousel building, not the horses. And the latest count is that it destroyed 96 trees, toppled altogether, and another 85 were damaged. The governor went with the mayor to tour the site this week where we're rebuilding the area. And we're hoping that we can get reimbursement from the Federal Emergency Management Administration. The governor said that we need to have a bill that reaches $6.9 million. Well, if you need that Diet Coke when you're getting off work in New Haven at 6 in the morning, you will be able to legally get it at the 4J's Deli convenience store on Davenport Avenue. The zoning board this week had to make a kind of difficult decision about what hours this convenience store could be open in the Hill, because it's near John C. Daniels School and neighbors are upset that there's a lot of drug use and dealing going on right outside the store. You know, convenience stores have people loitering in neighborhoods. The owner realized that he needed permission to stay open at certain hours. He wanted to be able to stay open at 6, not 7 in the morning, and stay open until 11 at night, not 9. The zoning board heard from a lot of people say, we work in that area, you need food, you need places to go to get snacks or meals at hours. But they also, the neighbors were worried about the loitering in the school nearby. So they did a Solomon type decision. They said you can't stay open till 11, even though school's closed by that time. You can only stay open till 9 at night, but you can stay open at 6 in the morning rather than 7. Problems that stem from not only the App Foundation, which has always been a bad neighbor down the street, but in general, poverty-associated health and other problems that spill out. So zoning might not be the way we solve our big question. Speaking of shopping, if you had your lighter and you wanted to buy some contraband cannabis across from the green at what used to be Ann Taylor's, you're not going to be able to anymore. The place became Anesthesia Smoke Shop. And a couple of raids found that they just kept selling tons and tons of contraband cannabis there. So it got shut down, and then this week, William Tong, the state's attorney general, announced they reached a court settlement. He sued them that they're not going to reopen at all, and they're going to have to pay $100,000 in fine. Tong was triumphant. He said, quote, "Legal cannabis is not a free-for-all. If you are unlicensed, if you sell bootleg, unregulated cannabis, we will find you, and we will help hold you accountable." Now, I don't criticize anyone who's been shutting down. There's another smoke shop down the street that they shut down. Part of me tells me that despite that strong statement, there's so much money being made, openly, brazenly selling illegal weed all over the city, all over the country, that these people can pay the attorney general for the place they got busted, and they keep opening every other block over. Well, they served a tea with cardamom, Iraqi style, at Sanctuary Kitchen on Legion Avenue this week at the end of a special meal that included William Tong, the Attorney General. He came to town to break bread with Razia Asadi, who was the valedictorian who's graduated from Metro Business Academy, going to New York for college, to Columbia. She, like William Tong, was an immigrant, came to this country, who had a parent who cooked in kitchens to help create opportunity for the next generation. Her mother, along with other immigrant refugee parents, their family came from Afghanistan when she was little, learned culinary skills and business opportunities through Sanctuary Kitchen. William Tong, mother and father, had a Chinese restaurant. William Tong said, "I grew up in a kitchen like this, and when I see your mom, I see my mom." It was kind of a beautiful moment. And it's the kind of moment that still gives us hope at these times when we have so many challenges about who we are as a nation, who we include in our community, and how we see through our differences to embrace each other rather than fight each other. Until next time, this is New Haven Independent Vlog News. Remember, let's always pick up and recycle our trash while we still can.